Hello CST-117, welcome to my Milestone 5 presentation. In the last presentation, Milestone 4, I walked you guys through the inventory manager and the inventory item class. So I won't be doing that in the Milestone 5 presentation, as both my inventory item and my inventory manager classes stayed the same. But there were a lot of updates to my Form 1 and Form 2, so I'll be walking you through those in this presentation. First of all, I'd like to start by saying that there was a big redesign of the graphical user interface. I decided to go GCU themed for the final project, and I added an icon up here, and as you can see, the antelope in the background. Another big change was that I removed the random items from the inventory to start with. I thought that it was in Milestone 4, it was good to showcase the functionality, but now that I have my final product, if I were to ship this to a customer, you obviously wouldn't want random things to be in the inventory. So this is my final product. The inventory is empty, and why don't we get into it and start off by adding some items. I'm going to go with electronics this time. We got a 9-digit ID on this guy. And let's see, we got 10 in stock. We have the capability of stocking 120. And the price is going to be $45. And electronics have a rather long shelf life, so let's say alright, perfect. This is like a nice little electronics store we got here. Alright, perfect. So now that we got a good set of inventory going, I will show you some of the changes that I made here. To the point I made before about adding random items to the list box here. What I did with the actual fields themselves, the settings on the items, I actually removed a lot of the randomization. So when I added this one in, you remember I actually custom added everything. And wow, that is a cheap MacBook. That's not right. There we go. That's even cheap. Okay. So anyways, yeah. So now these guys, when I put in just by name, only the product number is randomized. Everything else is left at 0 for a default. Like I said, in order for me to be shipping this product, I would have to it would have to be clean, and I feel like randomizing things like stock is just, that would never, you would never do that in a shipped product. Before, it was to show off the search functionality, but now that I have the final product and I'm going to take a little more time going through those things, I decided to not randomize them and only the product ID. So let's modify this. Alright, let's say that we only have 5 of these in stock, but we can hold 150. And let's say that this one's 1502. And we could say, this one doesn't really, this one expires in 2030 as well. Alright. Alright, perfect. So one of the features that I implemented as part of the challenge to implement a new feature that was not required, I have a few of those, but one of them is the stock is running low feature. So right here, we have, excuse me, we have the stock at 5 and the full stock is 150. So what it notifies you when you have 1/10 of full stock. The stock is running low. And obviously it depends on the company. How much inventory you can hold would depend on when it will notify you that stock is running low, because generally when stock is running low, you want to order more. So we'll go here and we will edit this. We'll say that we have 100 and full stock is 200. And price is 1,000. And we'll say this one doesn't have quite as long of a shelf life. All right, perfect. So notice how there's no stock is running low label here, and that is because we have half of stock. The way to make the stock run low would be to have it drop below 10%, which would be at 19, at which point the stock is running low. Perfect. All right. So, yep, all the same tooltips as before. We could search for and it'll take us there. We could search for the watch. Boom. Search for a product number. Boom. Takes us to the Apple Watch. And then, okay. So let me actually walk you through each function of the search real quick. So here we have the search function. Can search by product name by taking a case-sensitive string, by product number by starting your entry with a pound sign, followed by 9 digits, by current stock by entering an integer, or by full stock by starting your entry with a lowercase f. All right, so as you just saw, I searched with the product number, which means the pound sign, followed by the numbers of the product number will take me to the Apple Watch. And I can search by the string of the name, as you saw me search for the Apple iPhone XS. And now we can actually search for items by current stock. So current stock is just the integer, and if I search for that, it will take me down to the XBS 13. And then if I wanted to search for the full stock, let's add in say we stock 13 of the Samsung Gears. I would type in F13 and it takes me right to the Samsung Gear. So that's the search function, and the add item function tooltip is to add an item by name only. Type desired name and press plus to add item by an item with full properties. Just press the plus sign, don't enter anything in. And so we can add a new item. We could add a blade. Perfect. Let's see, is that 5? Okay, so that's 9. We'll say we have 60 in stock, and our full stock is 700. We're really stocking those razor blades here. And a price would be about 2,000. And no commas. Expiration date. And let's change up the expiration date. All right. So now, we'll write the description. All right, razor blade 15. Perfect. And then as you can see here, this will notify me that the stock is running low after 10%, because even though we have 60 in stock here, whereas with this one, let's see if we can find another one that's. So let's say put in. So even though this one has less items, the stock is running low is based on a percentage, which is how any store would want their stock to be to be run. They need it by a percentage, not by a number. So that's why I did that. And now let's move down here to the editing. So let's see, we'll edit this and we will say that it is a I know these descriptions are horrible, but that's not why I'm here. So here we go, the Apple Watch, and then let's add it a full stock of 200 and restock it. So there we go. And now, excuse me. Now here down here is the display function. It takes the item and puts it into a string. So the Apple Watch is an item with the following properties: current stock, full stock, price, expiration date, and then it shows the description as well. So that actually accesses the display function within the item, within the inventory manager. And then here we have the delete function, which deletes the current item and resets the index back to 0. And so yeah, I have the tooltips here for anyone who's confused. If you try to search with not entering anything in, it says please enter a valid inventory name. Let's say we edit something and we put in that. One or more fields contains invalid data. Please format correctly and try again. So I added some error checking in Milestone 5, so it won't let me edit anything with incorrect data. So if I said the full stock was fully stocked, if I didn't think about it making it an integer, it will say one or more of the fields contains invalid data. Please format correctly and try again. And so yeah, and the list box can be navigated with arrow keys and with the mouse, and yeah, again, the add item function. It pulls up the second form, which if you want to add something by the full list of items or the full list of properties rather than just adding it by name, that one does that. So thank you for viewing my presentation, and I hope you appreciate my GCU themed inventory app. Thank you very much.